Still waiting to connect to YouTube. There we are. We're live.
Well, I wouldn't know if we're live or not because I don't see anything other than me and you.
Well, that's because we are in YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, we're in Discord. But
Okay.
yes, we are live according to YouTube and Rumble.
Okay, so hold on a second. We shall see. Didn't you say to use my phone to do this, or should I use the tablet to do this?
Whichever you, which are you, like, because if you're in Discord chit chatting and you got to see
Yeah.
things on one device, whichever device you're on Discord in, don't use to see the chats. Um, you could
No,
do
no,
that
no.
on.
I'm talking about to see the rat.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to have to pull that up. Give me
No,
one
no, no,
moment.
no. I was going to go live with that.
I
So
know.
should I share my screen?
That's what you're going to do, but you're going to have to hold on a minute. Actually, you're going to show. You're going to turn on your camera. I apologize. One moment. I'm still getting our links to share. Um, and then I can talk you through it because I'm going to have to adjust
Oh, then never
the
mind.
OBS for a minute.
No, don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about it.
Oh no, it's not like a lot. Trust me, it's not. I already have the video of the Discord channel. What I need to do is what's the word? I just have to pull it up and then make it to where it just where it doesn't show our. Well, I can leave our pictures up, but I'll just open it. It's just going to take me 1 minute. I'm just want to get these links sent out really fast. It's not really hard. It's just me having a my brain's not working moment. So just be patient. I will have it ready. I just got to get this stuff ready first because I want people to know we're live. Copy. Pull this up for a moment. Paste and send. One moment, folks. I'm still getting things together. Be patient with me.
Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, August the 5th, 2025 at 3:03, and we are running a tad behind because somebody who had a birthday between Friday and today has kind of been out of it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that is an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, stop. Leave me alone. I don't want to become a premium anything. Just leave me alone. Yeah, my brain's barely functioning today, folks, so please be patient with me. It's
Yeah,
it is what it
but
is.
the co-host had to call her at 2:56, to whereupon she insisted it was not 2:56. Eastern Standard Time, that is.
Oh, it took me a minute to realize it.
Yeah, until 2:57. Oh, fudge.
Where is this? Oh, I gotta do this. That's right. Properties. Okay. If you want to share little guy, you are free to do so. They
Now, can I
can
get,
see you now.
yeah, can you see the middle?
You gotta turn on your
Which,
camera.
oh, yeah, that was helpful. Duh.
It would help big time, I promise you.
There you go. Duh, 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 duh. We're going to allow it. But what do we see? We see the window. Are you
Yep.
sure you can't look at me? That's for sure.
Hey,
Okay.
there he is, sleeping. You changed the camera angle. We're now seeing the
I
living
know.
room.
I know.
There
I
we
can't.
go.
I can't with this damn IV in my.
Yeah. Oh, little guy. He is so cute.
He is so bad.
Hold on, let me move this comments thing out of the way so he's not come on. So they can see it. And then I'll move the comments back. Look at how cute he is. Oh my gosh. Absolute angel. I know
He's
you
just
sometimes disagree with that, but I
right.
believe he is an absolute angel.
There we go. That's a better. There we go.
I promise you, that's my
So he is,
belief.
yeah, he's in a, what they call, yeah, they didn't have it named when I was at them, but he's in a 4-month sleep regression.
Uh
And
huh.
so his sleep's really sick. And the only way I can get him to sleep right now is you see me. I'm holding him. You saw my hand in my arm, and he's not happy unless he's touching me. Uh-oh. I get to invite a friend. Uh, so he's driving me absolutely crazy yesterday and today. And
Mm hmm.
I think it's because, where are we as far as, so Friday, I went and got the antibiotic IV
Uh huh.
and the iron treatment transfusion. And
Uh
then
huh.
I did one thing for the very first time. I took an Uber.
Uh huh.
I sent the family away to go away, and I stayed home, and nobody knew. Well, that was
Yeah.
kind of like a stupid mistake because I kind of got into a little bit of a jackpot down in the basement because
Okay.
we still have to do or put a bathroom in on the old farmhouse on the first floor.
Mm
That's the
hmm.
very last thing that needs done. And so I went to the basement and to get into that. There's a bathroom with a shower and all that down there.
Uh
And I
huh.
went to get my shirt out of the dryer and I turned around and blood's everywhere. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Tell me I
Oh
ripped my
no.
foot. Nope, I hurt the other foot, the right foot. So I had to
Oh.
clean that off. Yep, try to get in the shower, do all that, get ready. So I get in that Uber. That was okay because I reserved them. I didn't want to take a chance that nobody was going to come out this far and leave me stranded because
Of course.
the doctor was in the office at the hospital 45 minutes away. So that was Saturday.
Mm
Didn't say
hmm.
a word to Eric what I did. Sunday, it was pretty cool. I was actually on like I can't even like I'm at some kind of park or something. I actually rode for the very first time in 2 Teslas. And
Ooh.
it was the first Tesla was a 2024. He had 80,000 miles on it already. That blew
Holy
my mind.
shit.
Yep,
What?
he's a yeah, and
Less than
it was
just over a year, and it's got eighty
yeah,
thousand miles doing
yes, ma'am.
Uber. Sounds
Yes,
like
he
me when I
drives.
did medical assisting.
Yeah, he drives all over the place. He has driven down to uh, Maryland. He goes to Ohio. He goes everywhere. He said, and
Oh wow.
this the dashboard or what I call like the cockpit almost. It went straight across. It was so cool. But what was really neat was the armrest telescoped out. Okay, and it
Oh.
went all the way to the dash, and then you could push it back like to where it like folded out, like folded in like a quarter of the way.
Mm-hmm.
There was absolutely no barrier. There was no console in the middle of the car. Like traditionally,
Okay.
where like you just get to, two people get to sit there. Remember back in the day when three people could sit across a car? This
Yeah.
was completely flat. I could have taken a pillow and a blanket and laid in there.
Just laid right down.
On the floor. And it was clean. It was clean. It was really sweet. That was a white one. Then on the way
Uh-huh.
back, I couldn't believe I got another Tesla, a 2023. But that had the console that went in the middle and it seemed definitely more claustrophobic than the other one did. Just the year's difference was interesting.
Wow. That is
Both,
so cool.
yeah, both the guys said the problem is if you're in any area that has, the hot and cold and the moisture. But I said to them, it happens to us with our gas vehicles. Is the charge only lasts for 300 miles. You have to plan all your trips around a charging station. It takes
Okay.
40 minutes to get a charge,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, that would kill. That would be it. You know what I mean? If there were two, no, if there
No,
were two
just put
cars
it
up
away.
to you, you'd be dead. You know what I mean? Time wise, you'd be out of it.
Yeah.
But they said that the biggest thing was that not ruined, but if they filled if they charged it up to 300, if it rained or it was cold, you could lose anywhere upwards of 25% of the charge because of the cold weather. So
Yes.
that's why they don't like it in the wintertime.
Yep.
That's
And
that's all to lose. Or fill
it
it
does
up,
not surprise me one bit because, again,
yeah,
it's an electric car. It's a battery.
right.
Duh.
Uh, Listen to me, to fill it up to charge it was $17.
That's still cheaper than gas,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely not something I could depend on for what I need.
I Right. I really think probably the way to go is probably the hybrids.
And that's
If
something I was looking into as a second car, as a used hybrid that can go between electric and gas.
my sister-in-law bought one and she's very happy with it. You don't need to go to a charging station. The gas.
The
Uh,
alternator does the work.
mhm, Yep. So I really think that probably is more the way to
Oh,
go
there it
than the
is.
whole electric thing.
Hey, while you're doing that refill,
There's no tea.
I said, what's in it?
Weed.
Go. Sorry, I'm having
So
him refill
then,
water while he's going to get a drink.
so then that was Sunday. So then
Mm-hmm.
when Eric called, I told him what I did, and oh, is he not happy with me? And I said, well, if it would have been this weekend, I would have had to do something next weekend. I have to go 7 days in a row for the IV antibiotics, and
Yep.
they're hoping that that'll eradicate this infection.
Mm-hmm.
And then another iron treatment on Thursday as well. We switched it from Friday to Thursday, and
Yep.
I've just been whipped. It's taken a lot out of
It
me
is
just to
going
get
to take a toll on you, yes.
to be out every single day.
Mm-hmm.
45 minutes down, 45. Oh, wait. And then wait. That was Friday? Yeah, Friday, Eric took me down. He thought I was up and in the truck. And oh, no. We were not up and in the truck, but we fell out of the truck and got jacked up. I had a
Oh.
hematoma. The size, it was bigger than a golf ball. It was so big that while I was at the doctor's, I actually asked him to look at it to make sure everything was okay. And then yesterday, I decided it would be a good idea if I took a header for no particular reason,
Oh, just the fun
except
of it.
yeah, for the fun of it. I thought, wonder what it's like to go, flying on the ceramic uh, how. And not only that, but I hit so hard with my head on the solid wood pantry door that I even managed to open the door up.
That's not good. You
So,
could have ended up with a concussion.
yeah, I'm paying for it. My body has had it.
You know,
So,
wheelchairs are just as useful as a walker.
yeah, I know. You keep telling me that.
I use mine when I have to go further distance, but I use like a
Well,
walking stick or a hiking stick to get
right.
down my stairs, and then
Mm-hmm.
I will get to the vehicle. But anything beyond that, we have to use the wheelchair.
Exposing.
Well,
So
I would have to get those uh, Remember when I came home from the home, I wanted that exact wheelchair that they had there, and obviously the insurance wouldn't pay for that one. So I got the lower grade, and you and I looked because I need to have the one that has the rubber wheels, not that
Yes.
plastic bullshit.
The
So
plastic's
I
not
got
going to hold up.
yeah, right. I think they were a little over $100 if I recall. Oh, I'd have to save up a couple dollars for that because we
Yeah.
don't get
It's not
paid doing any
cheap.
of the videos. Because we don't get paid $1, except we have a Patreon that helps us. Well, a
Supporter.
a supporter that helps the channel. Other than that, nobody has even given us $1. So we
Yeah.
suck apparently at doing what we're doing.
Or just not
To
enough
which,
people have found us, and, or they're in financial hardships themselves. Been there,
like
done
we are.
that.
Yep,
Art
this is
says,
true.
Art is telling you to leave falling to the professionals. Some of us were trained to handle it, but we do tend to spend longer on the floor before getting up.
You know what? Ain't that the truth? I couldn't. Eric was like, "How are you going to get up now?" And I'm like, "Well, bring that chair over here, and I managed to get up. I'm sure my knee replacements aren't happy.
Oh,
I
I'm
probably
sure.
whacked. Yeah, I'm telling you, my hip and my rear end, they hurt so damn bad.
And then, of course, you
I,
have to sit on the damn thing
yeah,
because, got to be up all day.
yeah. What was bad enough when I fell out of the truck, and I thought that was bad, and I rode in those cars, the 4 different cars,
Hmm.
and the seats are made so thin these days. There's no cushion to them.
Of
You know what
course.
I mean? There's
Everything's cheap.
literally, yeah, I mean, is there even foam in them? You know, and I'm sitting there, I
Probably
had
not.
my hand, yeah, I was sitting on my hands. My bum hurt so bad. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my God, I'm dying here. I didn't think I was going to make it. It was rough. And
Hmm.
then, okay, then on Friday, did we know when I came back how many times she injected me the first time with the IV? 8 times.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
they had
couldn't.
to
Yeah,
try. There were failed
yeah,
attempts.
yes. Failed attempts. I look like a pincushion. So then Saturday, it wouldn't. She couldn't flush it. So she stuck me 4 times. Then she went back and she's like, "We're going to open this up one way or another." She flushed it, that work. And then when I fell, I snapped it right in half, so it had to be done over again anyway. And
Oh,
so
Lord.
that was 4 more attempts. And so I said to her, "I know you're going to have to go back to the hand. Just go right there now." So it's back in the hand in a very weird place. And it's like, it's worse than when I did my foot on, it's close to when I did my foot. So the
Yeah.
IV's in there. She got a Band-Aid on it. She got 3 pieces of gauze in there holding it up down and sideways. Then she took that, whatever that tape is called, it looks like an elastic band. I mean, like
Yeah.
a ace bandage, but it sticks.
Yeah,
She's got that wrapped around it.
I can't, oh God, I know the name of that shit because I use it up. Coban.
Uh-huh.
It's called Coban.
Band. That's it, yeah. She has that all around it. Then she has that netting on it, to which she did cut my a thumb hole. And then I have a rubber glove on it with the fingertips cut out of it to keep it from getting wet.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
really had it. But
definitely.
I
I
could
don't
be in
blame
the
you.
hospital. We could be doing this out in the hospital, so I'm just being quiet because I could be in the hospital. So just shut up.
Oh, that's
Because
what
that
I
would
always say. It could be worse.
right? Because this would be interesting if we were trying to do a podcast.
Well,
Came
it's
in.
not too hard because you and I have chatted on Discord before. So I mean,
The
you just,
funniest thing
I
that,
gotta leave.
yeah,
I'll be back.
yeah, the funniest thing that ever happened when I was in that one really bad nursing facility was Crazy Bee and another friend of ours. It was early in the morning, and they were giving me a really hard time. And those two pretended they were my sisters. And what was funny was their accents. They were different accents, and I'm like, nobody's going to buy that they're my sisters.
Yeah, we live
Man,
in
and they
different
snapped.
states and different regions.
Yeah,
And
and they
then you
snapped.
take in. Both of us had medical backgrounds, so it really helped.
Yeah, yeah. So the three of us kind of tag teamed them, but that was pretty funny.
Well, you got the care you needed. And
Yeah,
they
we,
stopped
yeah,
giving you so much grief because, you had
true.
backup.
Yep, and got moved and all of that. Yep. So, how was we don't know the exact day of your birthday between Friday and today, I
I
guess.
said I said it was over the weekend, so it was Saturday or Sunday.
Okay. And
And if people were on the Discord, they would have known the exact day.
mm, another reason to join the Discord, you find out things
Yep.
you don't know,
Bingo.
or you don't want to know.
Yeah, that was like
That too.
across what, 3 or 4 different servers that
Oh yeah.
was announced.
She says to me, I just got done thanking everybody for all of the birthday wishes. She goes, thank goodness it wasn't out on the other server. I said, watch this. Bingo. It was out on another server.
And luckily nobody
I,
noticed it, thank God, because I had like 100 that I had to respond to. And I mean, I have close friends and I appreciate them. Don't get me wrong. But that is a lot of work to keep going and typing thank you to each person. It
right,
really
it is.
is. I should have done it at the ones who just tag everyone in one message and been like, thank you. But nope, because it was
It
scattered throughout the
seems
day. Some here, trickle there, another one over there. No, it just couldn't be all at once. So, but it's part of life.
it is. Someday you'll look back upon it and it'll bring fond memories when we're sitting in the home,
Yeah, whatever good it's gonna
right?
do. Because when I'm sitting in the casket a couple months later,
Mm,
give it 6 months and everyone will have forgotten I existed.
right,
Existential crisis there, but it happens.
right. Well, I hope you enjoyed your time
I
for your
did it.
birthday.
I did.
Good.
I really did. And it's like I've gotten a lot of things, and I get people appreciate me and they like me and they tolerate my punk ass. So it
Yeah,
is what it is.
yeah, we do tolerate you. We love you.
Yeah, I'm not the easiest person to get along with.
No, neither am I. Is anybody really?
uh,
Uh, Before I forget, we need people to follow, like, subscribe, comment, share our information, please. We're up to 30 followers on where, Crazy Bee?
YouTube and 40 on Rumble.
So we're averaging about 8 and 5. But our stats are showing that there's a great number of people that are stopping in for the first 5 minutes and then leaving. So we're trying to figure out is it that they don't like the chit chat part and they want to hear the news, or what what is it that isn't keeping them around? So
Mm-hmm.
as far as our regular people, particularly those that are in the Discord, I'd appreciate it if you would either in the Discord or directly to Crazy Bee or myself give us your honest opinion on, is it too much carrying on in the beginning and you would just like us to spend a couple minutes and move on, or kind of what would you like to see? Now that's no guarantee we're going to do it because we're kind of going to do what we want in a way, but
But if it is something that makes a difference, it's
Right, and
worthwhile.
we'll
It's
consider
worth
it. Right,
considering and doing,
right,
or at least
correct,
trying to see if it makes a
right,
difference.
correct. The other thing is our evening uh, the other day from 7 to 9 was somewhat successful,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, we're considering, and you guys could also, I guess, comment on this as well. We're considering greatly on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Both of us would have no commitment
That reminds me, is the tree
to
lit?
live stream from 7 to 9. So Wednesdays and Fridays, it would be 3 to 5, and Tuesdays and Thursdays. You're not muted, Crazy B. Crazy B,
Oh,
you're not
hold on.
muted.
It's not muted.
Oh.
Let me
Hold on,
mute
you're
and
not muted.
I'm gonna mute in Rumble and on my OBS really quick. I'll be back.
You're not.
Haha.
Okay. Um,
So now
so
what?
we're considering doing Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and then Wednesday and Friday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And we were considering starting that potentially after Labor Day. And again, we saw a significant, not significant, but we saw a small uptick in the evening. And
Mm-hmm.
according to both Rumble and YouTube, 7 to 9 is prime time. And not that we're any big time to compete with anybody, but personally, for myself, to have 2 days a week where I didn't have to worry about what the baby was doing would be a huge relief off of me. So I'm done for Tuesday and Thursday. Crazy B's going to have some things coming up that she'll need to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is we had tomorrow a pre-recorded day. However, since my doctor's appointments got changed around, we will be live tomorrow and Thursday. That pre-recording will show on Friday. So
So if
Friday
it
will be
says Wednesday in the recording, you know why it's on Friday instead, and we're just crazy.
correct. Yeah, we've lost our mind. At least I have. So Wednesday and Thursday will be live, and the pre-recorded day will be on Friday.
Yep.
Would you want to add, Crazy B, anything before we get started?
Not really. I think we're pretty good. I think we covered
Oh,
everything we needed to cover.
okay.
So
All right.
we
Well, again,
can
please like,
go
follow,
ahead.
subscribe, share,
All that fun stuff.
and comment. Please. Please, 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 pretty please. And we are behind in our material, and we don't know why, only because there's so much that it just is. It's crazy what is going on.
Oh yeah.
It's
The world is a
absolutely,
wild place right now.
yes, it is. And it's like, where do you start? Then, and you can't keep up on the news cycle. You really can't.
There is no
You know,
way.
no, not doing the things the way we're doing it. There's no way.
Not with the level of depth that we go in and our level of discussion about it. There's just, we've had like hour-long conversations over one video.
Right,
So, yeah, it's like, yeah, we really carry on. It's not like we're, oh, this is what happened. Man, that sucks. On to the next.
mm-hmm.
We really like to give our opinions, very in depth opinions. As you guys know, I am great for it. I love my tangents that end up going on a very insane map and then back again. So, yeah. Anywho, we can go ahead and start the video, I guess.
Go ahead.
Alrighty. It's not muted. Let's make sure you can hear it.
In this video, we are going to be exposing
hear it?
Minneapolis.
And then the last meeting part
I don't know. I have to. My screen went to screensaver. Do. Go ahead.
we have
Did you
now
have-
and the birds are being bossed by the mosque next door.
What was that?
I said I can hear it.
Okay.
Why are you recording? Bro, why is this recording? That's recording. That's look what you're doing. You can't do that. That's illegal.
What's illegal?
You cannot record.
I'm sorry, I was just walking down the street.
Ain't nobody gonna touch you, but just turn that thing off. Nobody wants to touch you. Just turn it off.
Okay.
What are they so worried about?
Wow.
I really don't get why they're so worried about being recorded. I
Neither
know in
do I.
some cultures and older myths and stuff that like having a picture taken takes a bit of your soul, if not captures your soul in that picture. And that's why people were opposed to dolls and pictures and stuff for a long time. And so I'm not sure if that maybe has something to do with it. Hold on one second. What, buddy?
Ben and Jerry's ice cream walk.
So no one else can get into your ice cream. That's cute. There's a lock that you can put, well, someone jokingly made a lock to go over the ice cream so other people can't get in. But no, I really do wonder why this person's so upset about a recording. What are they doing that they're so paranoid of being recorded? Did he commit a crime and is worried the footage would lead to it? Or like lead to him? I mean, someone, like, it doesn't make sense. Someone tell me how it is supposed to make sense. That they're so terrified of a random person recording with their phone. Like, I mean, I understand paranoid schizophrenia and paranoias in general, but, like, seriously,
the
weird.
Yeah, the fact that he would roll up on her on a bicycle and feel it necessary to come into an establishment on his bike.
Or did and again, I'm not trying to be mean, but did the content creator pay for this to happen? I mean, people edit videos all the time. I try not to edit out the stuff that we cover. That's why we like going live and we don't edit the videos. And when we record them, other than the basic, we're us discussing in the background what to do and the countdowns to the starts, everything's in there. We don't cut stuff out. It's all in there. So I don't know. I mean, that's one thing I always take into consideration on these street interviews. How much is paid for? How much of the interactions are paid?
Right.
So maybe it's just me, but I thought has crossed my mind. So, but let's see what the rest of this has to say.
I don't touch women. That's legal.
And I'm here to make sure Palmer's does not go away. Palmer's Bar.
What's going on with Palmer's?
You should Google that shit. There's a signed purchase agreement with the mosque. Here, let's cross the street. I'll take you on a tour.
112-year-old dive bar that's kind of in the heart of the damn city for a while.
They see them as something that's bad because people drink there and men and women can sit together and have a nice time and make out and dance, which is all forbidden.
Bro, why is this recording?
That's what our neighborhood is now. Triple Rock is now an adult daycare.
Make sure you are subscribed. Minnesota has 80 to 100,000 Somalians living in it, and Minneapolis is one of the most densely concentrated places in North America of Somali migrants, especially here in Cedar Riverside, where 95% of them are Sunni Muslims, just like the potential new mayor, Omar Feta, somebody who wants to block ICE and raise the minimum wage to $20. So I read that the Quran prescribes 100 lashes for both men and women who are found guilty of zina, and some people also believe that stoning would be a necessary punishment. So I want to get their opinion on the CEO situation.
Did you see this video?
Yeah, I did.
What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's very stupid to go to a concert with your side chick. It's very stupid. I don't know why anyone would want to do that, and I'm glad he got caught, and I hope his wife divorces him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she deserves better. I think like it's easy to be loyal. Like if you're married to somebody, you should be loyal. I don't know why you want to get married to somebody and not be loyal to them. I think they just deserve to get caught.
What kind of, I guess, punishment or embarrassment, public embarrassment, is necessary, do you think?
I think the wife should take the husband for what he has, and I think the husband should take his wife for what she has. That's just really bad.
Fun fact, on average, Muslim women have 2.9 children. Here we have a sign for a Democrat whose name is Jamal Osman.
Would you just be able to share with me, like, where you're from?
No.
So you're learning
Sorry.
English?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What language do you speak?
Amharic.
Amharic? What country is that?
Ethiopia, East Africa.
Oh, how long have you been in the United States?
13 years.
Can I ask you a question? What do you think about
13 years and she's just learning English. Okay.
No, she's saying that to get out of the interview because she spoke just fine for the rest of the questions. It's like, don't lie. Just say, I don't want to be interviewed. Right. It's so much easier than lying.
Right, because look at how stupid the lie was.
I will never understand. Like, oh my God. I cannot. I do my damnedest to not lie to people, okay? I really do. Because it is so annoying when people will say something to me, then say something somewhere else, somehow it gets back to me, or their actions defy their words, like what we just saw. Obviously, you speak decent English. You just don't want to be interviewed. So say it. I don't know. Maybe I'm one of the few people on this planet who absolutely can't stand it. So, let's see what these guys have to add.
I don't know. The woman or the man? I don't know.
What do you think about Omar Feta?
I don't know. I cannot speak English.
You don't speak English?
Yeah.
What do you speak?
I can speak Oromo.
Huh?
Oromo, Arabic, Amharic.
Oh, okay. What do you think of this video?
His feeling is very bad.
Oh,
I think he's
wait a second. He don't speak English. And now he's having a full-on conversation. What the hell?
I know.
Really?
Not really.
Isn't lying a sin? They do follow the 10 Commandments. So, lying's a sin. I'm going to point that out. Anyways, here we go.
Yeah.
So you guys are dressed up for the wedding? What are some traditions in the wedding?
Honestly, I don't know. I've been... Oromo cultural wedding.
Moroccan?
Oromo.
Oromo?
Yeah.
I don't think it's good to cheat, your husband or wife. It's not a good idea. I think the relationship should be true,
Mhm.
Yeah, otherwise it's heartless.
What kind of punishment do you think would be just for that? Or do you think that we should just forgive them?
It depends, in this country, where I'm from, and this country is completely different. There's a cultural differences. And back home where I'm from, it is like, you don't cheat your wife. At least you have to apologize, obey the wife for some kind of money, you know what I mean? And then promise not to cheat again.
Over the years, like people told me, it went from...
I like that he brought up about the cultural difference between America and where he's from and how it would have been handled. Because most people don't realize that in some countries, you don't get to divorce over a one-time cheating offense.
Correct.
That's, even by biblical standards, it has to be repeat. Lying to a non-believer may be acceptable. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. They do have a little clause in their version of the Quran about it. That's right. Non-believers can be lied to, but only believers. Thank you, Art. That's right. I forgot.
Say that again, Angie. What you just said about the cheating.
Okay. In some countries, men can cheat, and there's absolutely no consequence. In other
Right.
countries, there is. But even on the biblical standards and stuff, what is defined as cheating is not what we consider cheating. I mean, it's like if a guy goes out and sleeps with a woman that he does not intend to marry, that is cheating. But if he goes out and is with this woman, even though he intends to marry her, it is officially not cheating because you could have multiple wives. So, and again, this is cultural and centuries difference. And some people stick to the old school way, like as if you have multiple wives, and others, it is what it is. So again, there's so much when it comes to the cultural acceptance and differences. So telling a woman from a country that she should leave her husband because he cheated on her, but in that country he won't be punished for it and it's not grounds for divorce, what do? You sound like an idiot screaming at her to divorce her husband, and you don't know nothing about the culture. So, yeah, I like that this person brought up, the guy she had interviewed, had brought up about the cultural difference between the two countries and what the punishment is. So, I think we need more of that because too many people don't know the actual cultural differences. So, I hope more people do that.
So when they come to America, what culture are they following if they want to become U.S. citizens?
Well, that's what thing is she asked, what would you do? And he gave both examples. That in America, it's a divorce. But elsewhere, he would just have to pay her money and promise not to do it again and apologize.
Is that all?
It depends on the culture again.
Right.
But if he does get caught doing it more than once, I believe she would have the right to divorce. And Art says, in Japan, having a geisha on the side is perfectly acceptable, but there's also not supposed to be a sexual relationship with your geisha. So, yeah. It's just, again, make me feel good because my wife doesn't make me feel good, but then I can go home and fantasize while having fun with her. So, yeah, it's really strange in some cultures compared to what we've been raised in. And I'm not judging. I will never judge because I wasn't raised there, so I have no right to make an opinion whether they're right or wrong. And I don't know what's right or... I mean, like, yeah, here we go. No one has any proof of anything being right or wrong other than your instinct and what you've been taught and raised around. Your morals do not equate the morals of somebody else in a different country. Like, I could pull my hair out over that conversation. It is just, So, yeah, that's one of the things that, people who do these street interviews, at least they're getting to those questions, but they need to start asking more about the cultural differences. And I think that would really help with educating about what they're doing and why they're doing it. And like I said, you do hear about the honor killings here in America. They're rare, at least the ones that are caught. But God knows how many haven't been caught. So, it's crazy. And again, we've got women who are actually being interviewed when in their culture they're supposed to have a man speaking for them. So, there's that.
Yeah, but they're in America.
Yes, which goes to show there's an effort being put forward in some of these cases to assimilate. But not all of them are. If you, that's one thing I've really noticed is in a lot of these videos, there are people who are trying to assimilate. Oh, okay. Art says, with a geisha, it's a professional relationship. She will do things with you that your wife may not want to do, attending business parties, etc. Oh, Cool. I learned something new. I don't really know too much about the Japanese culture. That's one thing I've not learned. But that is really interesting. So you could have so they're like an escort. You're basically hiring an escort with the geishas, it sounds like. Huh. Anywho, do we want to get back to the video so I can shut the hell up?
I don't know. I'm giving somebody a bottle, so go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to hit the video.
Them just doing alcohol again, but as the years went on, they turned into the cookies.
Yeah.
It's sad to see the communities go out and fail like that, but it would be more better if there was a heavier police presence. I put it this way, we're the police until they get here, but people shouldn't have to feel in prison in their own home.
Because this country, once if you're a citizen and you're not a criminal, I think you should be qualified to run office. We need somebody who help people with no documents, people who don't have regular papers.
I just came here to Cedar Riverside to see what it was like and shoot some content.
I used to own Palmer's Bar for 20 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you want to walk?
Yeah, sure. What's it like here in Cedar Riverside?
It's my community. I've been here for 37 years. I met my husband here. I bought the bar. I met my boyfriend here, and I'm here to make sure Palmer's does not go away. Palmer's Bar.
What's going on with Palmer's?
You should Google that shit. There's a signed purchase agreement with the mosque. Here, let's cross the street. I'll take you on a tour. The bar is at danger of being closed as of September after 120 years in existence.
Whoa.
And I want to point out this is not uncommon. When a large Muslim presence moves in, they try to close down all the bars because alcohol is evil and the temptation for the people to go and drink is very high. So they just, remove that temptation and put a lot of businesses out of work and people out of work. And I've seen it happen. And a lot of Christian churches get ran out because of it. Anything that they don't believe in eventually gets ran out. And it's really sad. But again, if people really wanted to, they could stand their ground, but nobody wants to argue or fight for anything anymore. They just move to the next place until something happens there and they got to move again.
Correct.
It frustrates me. If you truly love your community, why the hell wouldn't you be out there fighting about this? I get it, people got to work and all that, but come on. Like, seriously. So, anywho, I'll hit play.
Hit play.
And
we got a lot
the community
of
is trying to, has requested that the mosque back off and let the community try to save the bar before giving up and letting it turn into a Islamic community center. Yeah, I just delivered a letter to the mosque this morning. There's been other meetings with community members, and I'm just begging and pleading that they give the neighborhood a chance to turn it into something, to keep it as a bar, maybe a museum, historic designation. I don't have the answers to what it will be, but I know that it needs to stay as part of the West Bank community.
And so you are a former bar owner.
Yeah, 18 years.
What was that like? What was your demographic?
Black, white, gay, straight, rich, poor, and it's not Applebee's. Just don't be an asshole and everybody's welcome.
And has it changed over the years, or has it always been a very high immigrant population?
Yeah, the whole West Bank. I mean, it started out as an immigrant. You had the Swedes, you had Norwegians, you had Chinese, you had Vietnamese, you've had Somalian, Eritrean. I mean, it's always been diverse, and that's what we embrace, is diversity.
And so it sounds like the bar is a place for everybody.
Everyone is welcome. Just don't be an asshole.
120 years.
I'm a real estate attorney. I've documented it since 1907.
This place, Palmer's?
Yes. When we bought the bar in 2001, we actually only bought half a bar, but our legal description included, together with one half of the vacated street, now you should turn your camera to see where the fence is where the center line of the road was. And when the city abandoned the street, the adjoining property owners get one half of the street.
Wow.
And that's how we got the patio. And in 2006, when the smoking ban came through, is when we actually installed the patio.
I mean, that sounded...
It's awesome that she knows the history. I know I've talked before about I lived in a house that was 129 years old when we moved out. And I really hate to see old buildings like that get torn down or put for something else. Because, I mean, like, the house I lived in was the general store, the dance hall, the bar. There was a blacksmith on the foundation for the blacksmith was still on our property. I mean, it was amazing to live in a house that old. And yeah, the ghosts were fun, but, you know, I got used to them.
Right. Yeah, it's a shame. It looks like it's a nice historical site. I'm surprised they didn't go for a historical designation.
Well, that's what she was working on. I don't know why it wasn't one to begin with. When it hit the centennial marker.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Why isn't it that it had that historic designation?
Yeah. Makes you question why they didn't do it sooner. Well, they had to wait till something bad was going to happen before they stepped up to do something about it. I would have preserved it before it even got to that point.
Exactly.
So, alrighty, let's continue.
Like, it was pretty good for the bar then.
It was really good because otherwise the patio is actually bigger than the size of the bar inside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if they could put building there, or is it has to be open area, it has to be outside?
No, it could have been built, but a patio seemed like the most, because there's live music out there pretty much 6-7 days a week. It's very serendipitous that I am with you. I'm trying not to make this a huge public statement because right now the ball is in the mosque court on what they're going to do. This is what I delivered this morning. Nothing's happened. I'm Lisa. I used to own Palmer's for 18 years. I don't know if you remember me, but you been in the neighborhood a while? Yeah, me too. Me too, 37 years. 37? 37, yeah. I met my husband here at Palmer's. Yeah.
Okay, in America, 21 years old.
Oh, so
I like that they're keeping an eye, making sure no one's trying to break in. I got to give credit to the bystander in the car, because I'd be doing the same thing. I see someone walking around, going up around my neighbor's place, I'm going to be like, who are you? You know? It's just common sense. I may not even know my neighbor, but I'm still going to be like, who are you? I don't know you. I ain't seen you before. What's your name? Why are you snooping around? And I'm going to be told, quit being a nosy neighbor. And I'm going to be like, I just want him to be safe.
That's why my dream property would be 200 plus acres. You roll up and haven't been invited. The dogs perhaps take you out. Maybe
a couple trip wires along the line, some claymores.
Yeah, and you never know what would take you out. And then down Eric would come with the Kubota, and I don't know.
I'd rent from you in a heartbeat.
You'd
Let
be
me just
somewhere
set up a little place over in the back corner.
You'd know everybody would be in a different spot, not all together. There'd be no mass.
Oh, I'm talking back corner of the property. Leave me in the back. I'll die. You'll find me one day and just throw me in the woods.
There you go. Yeah, that would be the dream. Huh?
Or we could set up our own little community, start one of those commune places and go and,
This is true.
Stay sane, but not be like one of those crazy religious cult ones, but just for the fun of people. Just fun people.
Not for drinking the Kool-Aid, right?
Yeah, no Kool-Aid. No Kool-Aid allowed. Sorry. Bad joke. If you don't get it, you're too damn young and research it. If you're old enough to get it, you know what the hell we're laughing about. Fist bump. Yeah. All right.
You're a baby. You're a baby.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They're very friendly.
Yeah, we can coexist, and we have for 30 years. So that's what we're doing. We're asking for the community to be able to step up, step in, and see what they can make of something that is really, really impossible to financially succeed at. That's why it's called a community center with a kick.
You were explaining to me that you've been here for 20 years in this.
25 years.
25 years. And how has the neighborhood or lifestyle here changed?
Well, like I explained before about the buildings behind us that their number one gig is federal government. So they have SSI people, SSDI people, and then all the different refugees. And all the refugees have made an imprint. The Asians after the Vietnam War, and then the Eritreans and the Ethiopians, which bought businesses and started businesses that are still here today. And then after the Somalis started coming here in the 90s, they had made quite an establishment, and now that the Somali community's made a lot of money, and although a lot of them have moved away who are rich, they still love this neighborhood because it's the first place they came after the refugee camps. And so this is important to them, and there's still thousands of Somalis who live here who didn't make millions of dollars one way or the other and live in Golden Valley and Plymouth and the fancy suburbs. And so there's a lot of the people who do have the money now who don't live here, but they still care about this neighborhood. Now that they made all this money, they've been buying up parts of the neighborhood for over market value.
Yeah.
And then they turn those into these businesses that aren't culturally viable for the historic culture of the neighborhood. The Somali culture here is very strict and conservative. Men and women aren't supposed to sit together. Of course, there's no drinking. And the businesses that they start are unique businesses. There's not for customers other than Somalis generally. So there's like adult daycares with nobody in them. There's an autism center. There's nobody in it.
Yeah.
Some of the business has been shut down by the federal Justice Department for the shenanigans.
How can they keep a business afloat if no one's in it?
Exactly. Well, I'm familiar with one, and I don't understand it either. Hardly anybody. They're hardly open. You know, their clientele would be, say, from 4 a.m. to ideally 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Seldom are they open. It's like hit or miss.
Yeah.
You know, you drive by and you're like, oh, they're open. Should we go in? How rancid is the food? You know what I mean? At that point, oh my God, I got 2 feet just hit me.
And again, like if you, let's say I want to go to a date to this restaurant. Nope, not allowed because you're not married to that person. You can't sit with them. That it's like really, you know, it is frustrating. It really is sometimes when people come in and try to force a cultural change in a community that is so blended and has always been blended. So it's like, it's frustrating. It really is. And I feel so bad for these people.
I think that 30 years ago, well, I don't know how many came in 30 years ago. We don't know that, right? Was it a gradual?
I'm sure there's somewhere to get there's a number on it, but they were saying by the thousands initially, and then they brought their family over, and then that family brought more family over, and now everyone's here.
Well, we'll get into the program later, so go ahead, hit play, Crazy Bitch.
Okay.
But and then when they do acquire an old bar, there's no more liquor license. So this used to be a vital partying hub, and it's no longer a vital partying hub. The 400 bar is now a mosque. The city councilman's cousin bought the Five Corners bar, the oldest liquor license in the Twin Cities. Now that's a pile of rubble and dysfunctional and shut down by the city for a couple of years now. The city councilman's cousin, by the way, that's unbelievable. That's what our neighborhood is now. The Triple Rock is now an adult daycare. Yeah, another famous bar in this neighborhood. And so then the last remaining bar that we have is now on the verge of being bossed by the mosque next door. So I've seen a lot of development from the Somalis in this neighborhood. There's a lot of great Somalis in this neighborhood, but there's also the historical, cultural feel of this neighborhood is on life support. There's still a Cedar Cultural Center, which is
I want to point out, and this is, just me being fair, this really isn't much difference than when the people from New England moved into new territory known as the United States in the future, and they started forcing cultural change on the natives. I want to point out, it's the same thing.
That it's anywhere that there's somebody coming into another culture. It doesn't matter where.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at what's going on in, the UK and Spain and all of the European areas. They're feeling the same type of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's no different than, the area that I'm located in. In my area, we see a high influx of Indians from India, not Native American Indians. And they are basically doctors, lawyers.
They're bringing stuff to the community by doing that.
Yes, they are wealthy. I won't deny that. However, again, they pretty much stay to themselves, and the blending of the culture, I would hope that the kids are going to be able to do it, since the parents and the grandparents are unable to.
Well, and the more kids are raised around cultural difference and it's explained to them, the better they can all work together.
Correct.
Instead of guessing, like, oh my God, this one guy told me that Jewish people are bad and that they have a disease called the ick, and if they touch you, you're going to get it. And I am like, where are you getting this information from? It was some neo-Nazi website. I'm like, have you bothered looking at the Jewish websites and looking up on their culture? He's like, no. So we dug into it. And he was stunned that, no, they don't have anything like that. And no, they don't use their hands to wipe their butts in every country. It's like, dude, there's so much. Because people don't understand the culture, they make something up about it. Correct. And then they pass that made-up information along as if it's a fact. And you end up with all kinds of problems. And I think that's, again, I would rather just sit and talk to them. I've sat and talked with a rabbi. I've sat and talked with priests. I've talked with pastors. I've talked with Buddhists. Oh my God, I love Buddhist people, by the way. They are amazing. It's just like, how can you be so afraid to just have a conversation? That's what I don't get.
Because it's the fear of the unknown.
It drives me nuts. Oh, I like the better question was, do you know any Jews? Most of the time they don't. Exactly. Exactly. And
I know many.
I do too. God, I love the ones I knew. I love the ones I do know currently. They're so much fun. I mean, I don't get why people can't just have a conversation. I had questions about the World War II because there's some stuff that was not taught. And it was weird, and I went to a Jewish person I know, and I asked, hey, what's going on? And why is it every time I go to look up a certain information about the Holocaust, there's only one source for all the information? And he's like, I really don't know. Again, sometimes people just don't know. They just go along with what they were told for so many years and decades and generations. And it's like, well, but why again, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I just want to know why there's only one source. Everything from newspapers and videos, it all comes back to one source. That is alarming. That is very alarming. I don't like having just one source. I like having multiple to look at. Because I want the full truth. I want to see all perspectives. And
oh, crazy bee. Crazy bee. We don't want to get into any trouble.
But my point is that there's nothing wrong. And if you think they're going to try and force you to convert, then you need to work on your faith, because having a conversation will not change your faith. I got news for you. I have spoken with Muslims. I've spoken with all of them, and my faith has not changed. It is what it has always been since I was 13. So, you know, I don't know why everyone's so afraid of each other. It drives me nuts.
Well, because they have said if you don't convert, you will be what?
Oh, yeah, again, round 2 of the Crusades, just on a different level, different era.
Correct.
We have a new
Correct.
Crusades going on.
This is true, but it's happening.
I know. It's just, again, and not all of them are saying convert or die. They're giving you the watered down version of it to get you to convert, so the numbers are there, and then after you're long gone, the kids get the true message, and they've already been indoctrinated because of the years you raised them in it. It's what the Catholics did. So, again, yeah, hit play. We're running out of time.
Great place, and a handful of other businesses. But there's still a lot of people who love the neighborhood, thousands. And it's just really, really sad that this is what's been happening to our neighborhood. It's heartbreaking. And it's really a bummer. The people who live here, the Somalis who live here, could care less about the bars, the music venues, any of the historical cultural stuff here. They could care less.
Yeah.
They don't go to them. You know, and so they could care less if they're here. They see them as something that's bad, because people drink there, and men and women can sit together and have a nice time and make out and dance, which is all forbidden.
Yeah.
So it's rough. The young next generation of Somalis are different. They're generally liberal and cool people, but they're not the ones with millions of dollars buying up properties.
Okay. And so, what do you think about the Omar Fatah?
I don't know that guy. They're all, you know, I hope he's all right. The politicians are generally very progressive in language.
Yeah.
But that's also, as a business owner and landlord, a lot of my friends who are progressive, who are in politics, have no great ideas, but they've never really run a business or worked it or something.
Yeah.
So these things aren't very helpful.
Oh, he hit the nail on the head about the politicians. None of them have ever really, well, with the exception of a handful of politicians, none of them have ever owned a business, worked, nothing. They just went and got a law degree and then decided to run a state or a city or a town. Absolute nonsense, in my personal opinion. Oh my God, he hit the nail on the head there. That's our biggest problem, is none of our politicians have actually held jobs. Oh, that was beautiful wording.
Well, sometimes when you work your ass off, then you have the government telling you how you're supposed to run it, when you're already extremely generous and cool to everybody that you deal with. But there's also landlords and business owners who are assholes.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's a funny balance. But I don't know anything about them.
What do you think can be done to save Palmer's?
Well, we're doing everything we can. It's the purchase agreement's been signed, so they have the right to buy it. It's legally binding.
Yeah.
Please come and stop by at the Wienery and support this very important business to the community. It's aching my heart and giving me the chills hearing how important the Palmer's Bar is to this community. It is like the root, the foundation of this community. Being around for over 100 years is an insane accomplishment. And the businesses around here are so incredibly sad that they didn't reach out to the rest of the community before signing the agreement. Thank you so much.
Are you doing it specifically for the event, or are you doing it for our closing? Or
I didn't know about it coming here, but it seems like it's the talk of the entire town.
Yep, yeah, I mean, 112-year-old dive bar that's kind of been the heart of the damn city for a while. Been a hard period of time for bars recently.
No more alcohol drinkers?
It's not just that. I mean, we carry a bunch of THC drinks and whatnot just to try to make sure we have that market available as well. We're a betting man. I'm going to assume it's the sociological damage done to an entire generation after being locked inside for 2 years, making us all very bad at interacting with people. I was luckily into my 40s by that point, so it's like I already kind of figured out socialization.
I have never heard somebody put that in words before.
It took me forcing myself out for a while to get used to it again.
Human interactions.
It's a tricky thing.
He brings up a good point. Those lockdowns really did ruin a lot of people when it came to their social lives and their social skills.
Yeah, look at how, and it also, decimated how many businesses.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we have Vanilla Pie in the chat.
We
I didn't
do.
even see you.
Hey,
Sorry,
Vanilla.
buddy. I see you now.
Hi, Vanilla. Who's all in the chat, by the way, Crazy
I
B,
see
since I
Art
can't
and
see it.
Vanilla.
Is that all we got today?
Yeah.
Are
Go
they
to
in
the chat.
YouTube?
We got 4
they
people
in-
up on YouTube and 1 on Rumble.
All right, peeps, make yourselves known. If you don't want to comment, please hit that like button or that follow button. We
It would
need
be
your help.
greatly appreciated.
Yes, we need your help.
But yeah, it is messed up.
Yeah.
How businesses were impacted. It was an economic hit and a social hit to people.
Yep.
It's so sad. It
Yes,
really
it was.
does break my heart. And kids, oh my God, those poor babies. It's like, man, our country really did get a double whammy and has been reeling with this. We went from lockdowns to Russia and Ukraine are hating each other to an influx of illegals crossing the border because no one gave a rat's ass about it in the Congress and in the government. I mean, it's so
control.
frustrating. Yeah. Our country has been getting hit. One thing, we're not getting bombs or missiles dropped on us. We've got other things that are just as damaging. And
Right, if not more so.
yeah,
Businesses wiped out, families.
Oh, Art says we've got one more, at least one more. I'm schizophrenic.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
And Art's also napping. He says he's listening, but napping too. Okay, I appreciate it.
So
but
he's in the baby JJ position then, huh?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Hold on.
Yeah, we better change that up. I hope he's not wearing a diaper with his arms up over his head. So.
Or snuggled up against some woman's chest. Older woman, grandma age.
Older woman, yep.
No, but I didn't mean to cut you off what you were saying about the damaging being worse. I apologize, but if you want to finish that thought.
Who? Me?
You. Yeah, you were talking about how I was saying how we don't get bombs and missiles, but we are getting hit and damaged.
Oh yeah, from the time COVID hit, once they said that there would be the lockdowns.
Oh,
from the time it was where the mask to slow the spread. How many days was it? Ridiculous days. And then the next thing you know, it was on.
Yeah, they told us 15 days to stop the spread, and then it turned into 2 years. Just to find out, that none of that even worked. Sorry, I'm not trying to be giving medical advice, but, it still ran its course.
Channel. Yeah, this is not a medical advice channel.
No,
but
it's just my personal opinion.
Right. Right now, respiratory things are going around. The common cold, RSV going around, some other things. Do you know the hospital and the doctor's offices are putting out messages on your phone as on the reminder message, and then when you get to the hospital, they want you to mask up. I'm like, really?
I technically have a medical condition that I can get out of it. My asthma. I could get out of it. But again, not giving medical advice, just my personal experience of working in the medical field. Those masks that they give out, especially the fabric ones, are not the best. You should be using an N95 or better mask if you want to stop a virus.
And when this all first started, Officer Tatum made the following statement. If you can smell a fart through the mask,
it's not doing its job.
It does not work.
Yes. Well, I put out videos on different social media of me smoking through my mask. It's like, if I can smoke through my mask, smoke a cigarette or a vape through my mask, that virus could get through. And doubling it up ain't going to really do much any difference. The best thing you can do if you are especially susceptible, and this is not medical advice, this is what I would do. Okay, so if it was me and I was on heavy steroids, I would get fitted for an N95. I've had to do that most of my life because of mega doses of steroids. We're talking 100 milligrams tapered down over 3 months. It's just how my health has been. I'm not saying this virus doesn't exist or anything. I'm saying if you're going to combat it, do it the right way. Don't use a fabric mask. Use an N95 or better. Go get a hazmat suit and keep yourself in it for 10 years until the virus is weakened enough that it ain't going to affect anybody anymore. But your immune system's going to take a hit from being not exposed for 10 years. So, and this is again for people who don't want to take the vaccine. Y'all make your decisions. I'm not going to tell you one way or the other. I don't mean for this to turn into a medical argument, but, you know, it is frustrating. It is very frustrating.
Crazy Bee, what is up on the screen?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What is up on the screen that I'm seeing?
I don't know. What screen are you looking at?
That's a good question. I have not touched the tablet, and I just looked at it, and it's a tricky thing.
It should be paused of the video player. It should show a picture with a man playing the guitar.
Okay, and it says it's a tricky thing. That's just Spider John. Okay.
Yes.
I thought it
That's
was
where I paused the video. I need to shut up so we can hit play. But yeah, I mean, COVID did so much harm.
Shut up and hit play.
Yep. So let's recover.
Let's recover.
He was a pretty prominent folk musician who was a regular here, who passed away just last
year. I love that guitar.
Owners before
that's pretty.
I guess he was kind of a co-owner to the current owner, who, you know, he had some problems. He took the place for quite a ride. Though from people who know him who are still friendly with him, apparently he is doing much better now. Like, he's cleaned himself up, apparently, which is good, but he's also that whole...
So the bar's co-owner had a drug or alcohol problem, and basically the place went through a roller coaster of nonsense.
It doesn't look like a bad place.
No, but I do love the sorry we're open. Do you see the sorry we're open in the upper right corner? I love it.
Yeah, right. It kind of reminds me of a place.
Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought. Sorry.
A bar person? No, you're good.
No.
It reminds me of very similar to a place that we have in the area. Go ahead and finish your thought, Crazy Bee.
I've never been a bar person, but that does look like a fun place to go.
Yeah, I've never been into... Well, that's a lie. In my younger days, I was.
Hi, Blue Rose, and hi, Hellbent. Great to see y'all. They're in the comments.
How you doing? Hey, Blue Rose. Hey, Hellbent. Hey, Hellbent. Meet, I think you know Blue Rose. I think you know Vanilla Pie. But you may not know Art. Art, meet Hellbent.
Yep.
Hellbent, meet Art. We're rolling on a slow day today.
But yeah, it is sad to see stuff like this, that where community meets up. You know, this is a community focal point, like the malls used to be. You know, everybody would
Oh,
be at the
yeah.
mall. Now, malls have gone to the wayside and are a thing of the past. You don't see teenagers running around the mall having fun. Hell, we were just at the mall the other day. It's middle of summer. School hasn't started. There's like a handful of teens getting clothing for school.
Right.
And their parents are with them. It's like, wow. You know, where is everybody? And, you know, there was a mom with, you know, 4 kids, 2 on a stroller. You know, one's basically a newborn, the other's barely walking, and she had them close together. And then there's the 2 older ones walking with her. All 4 of them were under the age of 9. You know, my guessing the kids' ages. And, you know, you see this stuff, but it
Right.
used to be packed. Like, you had to shift around people to get somewhere. Now, it's like open all the way.
Nobody's there.
Hardly anyone.
A lot of the malls are now. Yeah, a lot of the malls are now used as uh, places where people walk in the mornings and get their 10,000 steps in. I'm sending you a picture, Crazy Bee, that I think is reminiscent of the bar. Tell me if they're probably from the same era.
It looks like it, yeah. I would say
Doesn't
that's
it?
the same era. Late 1800s
Mm-hmm.
was probably when it was first built.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this was one that we frequent. This is a German
Oh, let me pull it
bar and
up and
restaurant.
share it. It's not as easy to share
Yeah.
right at the moment. Give me a second.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to mention it's very similar to what's here that looks like this, but this one was a German bar and restaurant in the neighborhood. Excellent food. The bar was separate. They had like 3 little rooms that were from in a house. You know, it was actually a house that was converted, and
Oh, that's funny because the bar got a house got converted into a bar, but I lived in a house that used to be a bar.
yeah. So the thing about this was it had a particular name that went with it, and a restaurant chain came in with the same name. And do you know the restaurant chain made them change their name after over 100 and some years of being in business? And Eric's cousin was one of the ones that was involved in doing it. We told him, "We're done with you. We're not talking to your side of the family anymore."
I don't blame you.
Because they made them change their name. It sucked, but
that's bull crap.
You know,
I don't like when things like that happen. I get if there's a reason to change the name, but if there is no reason,
right, but just to be right, like why can't you both coexist? You know what I mean? That your restaurant was nowhere near this one. It wasn't necessary to force them to change their name. It was sad.
I don't like when people do that. It's petty.
Yeah, but it reminds me, as soon as when I saw this, that one totally reminded me they had to be made around the same age.
I know the house we lived in, let's see, if it was 129 in 1993, it was built in 1874, if I remember correctly. So, yeah.
Don't do math.
My math might be off, but, you know, I'm doing it in my head, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is, and that house that we lived in got torn down, and they built a new building for the township hall, which used to be next door.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right.
I used to play in their driveway. They had an awesome ramp at the back for wheelchairs that I would ride my bike down. So, yeah, it is sad to see things go. It really is.
Right.
But let me hit play because we're at an hour and 24 minutes of 2 hours, and we still have 6-7 minutes in the video, and we know I'm going to be saying something again.
All right. Go ahead.
Whole thing like, if you hadn't taken this place for a ride, you'd have the operating cash to stay open for another 3 years to see if the business stabilizes. So
He said like a whole of $400,000.
it's more than that, but yeah. So we walked out with quite a bit.
And so there is a mosque next door that's wanting to expand.
I'm not sure if it's the mosque directly that's expanding in here. I know that it is a neighborhood group that's involved with buying the place. But yeah, the mosque next door, like, they're pretty cool. It's one of those things that I still remember when the petition went up in the neighborhood for them to be doing call to prayer. Like, yeah, Palmer's staff were high up on the like early signers to be like, yeah, they should be able to do call to prayer. And it is kind of nice. Like 5 times a day you hear the call to prayer. It's beautiful.
Oh, okay. Is it like played on a speaker?
Yep.
Outside?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember. I think there should be one soon, actually.
And what's the main clientele of Palmer's?
Weirdos. We're like, that's just the kind of bar this place has always been. Like, you know, forever ago it was folk musicians and hippies and radicals, and then just, you know, it's kind of always rolled like that. Like, there's a criminal element, there's just political element, you get, you know, teachers, lawyers.
And all of the content that you are seeing was made possible by the wonderful Patreon members that help support this channel.
All right.
We have a wonderful community over there,
Let
and I
me
give
see.
a lot of updates.
4 bars. We, you know,
Okay.
We new video to the link.
Is it pull through
There we
and
go.
maybe not get
I forgot to cut that out. Hey, JJ.
Very unlikely, because it had, like, in order
Hi,
to
JJ.
a
Good to
person
see you.
who were to buy it, or a group were to buy it, would have to be comfortable hemorrhaging money until things normalized again, and to be willing to roll the dice that things will normalize again. Like, that's not a guarantee. Like, we don't know what the situation will be like for bars. We, you know, once again, talking to people who run breweries, bars, and liquor stores, all of them are doing worse than usual. It's not just like, you know, my thing explains bars pretty well doing as poorly as they are, but I do worry even more about liquor stores doing poorly. Like, I guess it's probably a good thing. People are being healthier than they used to be, but I don't know. Like, alcohol is I'll be sad if it all collapses. I like alcohol.
I guess like the other businesses around, it seems like there used to be a lot more bars and now there's a lot of Somalian businesses. Do they seem pretty legit or sketchy to you?
I mean, they're legit businesses.
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried for them if they get rid of too much of the things that draw people into the neighborhood, because part of their business plan has to be that people come here. So like the place that exists where the Viking used to be down on Cedar, that was a restaurant, and it's closed. That business is for sale because I look at things for sale frequently because I play the lottery just enough to allow myself to imagine winning it. Yeah. Oh. It's called a prayer.
Asking me like what I'm recording, it doesn't matter. Like, I can record if I want to. This is America, let's not forget. Maybe they have forgot that this is America, because you see all the different flags and the US flag is just as small as all the other ones and it's practically last on the list. If that guy wants to know what I'm recording, I'm about to record a rant.
I'm so tired of being politically correct and pretending that these groups are the victims when they're becoming the majority. Think about it, 95.
Now you know how the natives felt. Now you know how the South Americans felt.
Well, is it any different than on Sunday when the church bells ring?
Exactly. Except it's 5 times a day instead of once a week.
Right. And I don't know. I feel some kind of way about it. I mean, it's a interruption into my day and into my life. It's always going to be, when I hear the call to prayer, I'm always going to hear that. And why do I have to?
Well, the same reason they have to tolerate us putting up a nativity scene. The same reason they have to tolerate us not having our heads covered and our faces covered. The same,
However they chose to come here.
Yes, and we were raised here, but, I say incorporate the cultures without wiping out each other. There's got to be a way to do it. Peacefully incorporate the cultures.
I don't disagree. I can peacefully do that. Don't play it 5 times a day.
Well, unfortunately, they do have to pray 5 times a day. Otherwise, they're not doing what they're supposed to do as a good Muslim, and God won't like them. It's required 5 times a day. So, yeah, it's, like I said, we need to understand their culture and they need to understand ours, and we need to find ways to not step on each other's toes. But it has to be equal effort.
Yeah.
That's just the way I see it.
What's a member, baby? Huh? What?
All right. Let's get through the last few minutes. The last minute of this. My hand hates me.
5% of the population here is from Somali. They are going into government. They are taking control of our government, our education, the housing, the buildings, the businesses, and they are playing their worship music outside, even though they worship inside. And so why are they forcing this religion on Western civilization, and is it going to work? Make sure you're subscribed. Bye.
Again, I don't agree 100%, but I also don't disagree 100% with what she just said. If that makes any sense. But I think it's funny that, these are the same people who are telling the natives to get over it, we're here, but are now freaking out because somebody else is moving in. Oh, I hear little guy.
He's been screaming the last couple minutes, so maybe I'll play him for 5 times a day. Oh, we did a big pig. Oh, that was good.
Well, during daytime, you could technically get away with it, unless you live in if you live in an area where there's no nighttime curfew type of thing for the cutoff for loud noises.
Right.
Just gonna say, you could technically put him on a loudspeaker crying and piss off the neighbors.
Exactly. I'm just
open up a baking cafe.
There you go.
Yeah.
Again, it's with the the Cedar Rapids there being predominantly Somalian, and there's some other videos that we have that there is that sense of the city being taken over in America, and how could that possibly be, right?
I can tell you, and there was a time when Hamtramck was all Polish people, just north of Detroit. All Polish people. Now it's all Islamic people, Muslim people from whichever country they came from. Some are from Jordan, some are from Saudi Arabia, it's a combination.
But it's the issue of the Sharia law that people are afraid of.
Yeah.
I really don't care what religion you are going to practice. Just don't hurt anybody else.
Into the laws.
Don't hurt anybody else. Stay, if I'm interested, I will check it out. If I'm not, leave me alone. But if it's this, you either convert or we're going to kill you in the United States, then I have a little bit of a problem with that. Just a small one.
We all do.
Not one I'm sure I could get over, but
anyone with a sane mind would have issues with that level.
Mhm.
But again, I digress back to the 1100s through the 1300s, 1400s, all 8
I don't
crusades.
right, and I don't disagree with that crazy bee,
I
but
know
I
you
would have
don't.
hoped that we have matured,
Since then.
enough as a civilization to have. I need to mute, okay? I'll be right back.
Alrighty. So, yeah. Again, I'm not justifying their tactics. I'm just pointing out it's not the first time in history this kind of stuff has happened. Everyone's all upset but had no problem when their ancestors came over and got here. I mean, you're not going to hear me complain because my grandfather was not born here. His father was not born here. That's what started my family. Part of my family. My dad's side got here in the 1890s. My mom's side was around the 1920s when both sides came here. It's like, people, come on. Y'all didn't complain when your ancestors came over and started taking over the area. So why are you complaining now? I don't get it. There are huge sections of New York City that have been taken over by just about every nationality. Yes, I've pointed that out. We have, what was it? The Chinatown is there. What's the one? It was the Jamaicans originally moved in, and the Haitians. Harlem. Harlem is a big part of New York. There's a section for Italians. From what I've heard, Greenwich Village was all Polish people. I mean, this is just part of life. This is what happens when people are willing to integrate with other countries. You get a blended population, and people love that blended population because they don't feel attacked for it, whatever they do. So they come here, and it adds to the blended population. The problem is the ones who come over illegally and don't want to assimilate and cause all kinds of problems. I have issues with them. If we can find a way, and again, I with the number of religions in America, I wouldn't even mind our laws being religiously neutral. And I mean, they basically are by saying, in God we trust. They don't really specify the God of the Abraham and all this other stuff. They could have done that. So, in the 10 Commandments, there's rules like that in every culture. So I don't see why everyone is having a big issue. Just as long as y'all don't start hurting each other, I'm good. I'm literally good if y'all don't hurt each other. The second y'all start doing some stupid shit, I'm going to have something to say. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too open-minded, but my brain's still intact, believe it or not, because I can think from multiple perspectives. And I'm at the point where it's like, as long as they're not pushing their religion at gunpoint like they do overseas, in the other countries. As long as they don't do that crap here, and I've seen video. I saw a video of a woman who was shot point blank on the streets by a police officer because she would not wear her burqa right. She would not wear it completely covering her face. And they killed her right there on the street. No judge, no jury, nothing. I've seen the videos. I know it happens. I don't want it happening here. So if you're going to come to a blended country that says you are free to practice your religion, that means everyone's religion. And if you don't like that, you better just keep your pie hole shut and mind your business, because they have a right to be here. If they are not breaking any laws, let them be. That's my thing. I know, Vanilla Pie. It is a slippery slope, and that's why I think they need to do better background checks on people. And again, my point has always been the open borders wasn't just Mexicans running across.
No, it's not only that, it's the temporary protected status program. They've been coming here since 1986, I believe.
Yes.
Not 86, it's 91. There's two groups.
Yes,
and
there was an original group from a smaller situation that happened, and then the Black Hawk Down generation got brought over here too.
Right, and so temporary, not for 34 frickin' years. Year after year, these programs have been repeatedly signed, renewed and renewed. NGOs have been renewed. It's all nothing but a money take. And so thousands of people have been allowed to come into the country. God only knows if they were vetted. We know what happened with Biden. So were these people vetted or weren't they?
No.
I don't know.
And most of them weren't. And none of them have had time or classes about assimilating into the culture that is required to get your green card.
That's correct. However, with that temporary protection status program, they were guaranteed jobs, home, just like coming across the border. They were given everything.
Yeah. It is.
Again, receiving more benefits than an American citizen, which let's not go down the path, but again, receiving more benefits. And here, we thought that crossing the border was bad, right? This is just another program. What else? And this is just the Somalians. Okay.
Yeah.
This isn't any other Muslim group that we're discussing. This is the Somalians that are in Minneapolis and in Detroit. No other group. So there are
well,
other.
they're not just in those areas. They're in a lot of areas.
Correct.
And again, I just want people to realize it's not what they. Not all of them are bad, I think, is what we really need to do. Is not all of them are bad, but people need to vet them.
But not all Americans are bad either, but there are some that are bad.
Oh, yeah, like every group.
Yeah, in every group there's bad people, and every religion bad people that are going to take advantage and do whatever. But as we continue this discussion, you'll see there's more and more information we have to provide. So I don't want to get too far ahead of where we're at.
I know. And the thing is I really do see it from multiple perspectives. And I don't want anyone to think I'm being one-sided or, anything. And I'm really good at playing devil's advocate on a lot of things.
Yeah. And I don't disagree with that. I mean, there is...
We need it. We need that balance.
Again, just don't mess with me and mine. That's all.
Yeah. And I won't mess with yours.
And don't come here and tell me, we're going to cut your hands and feet off because, you're not... and then throw you off the building because you're not switching over to Islam. Okay. Then we got a problem.
Hold on. I want to read this from Hellbent. It says, it's Part B of immigration to not be charged to the American taxpayers. That quietly is being ignored now. That's true. A lot of these immigrants are coming over and they're able to get assistance. I've noticed it, a big change. Not only do they own businesses, but somehow they're managing to get Medicaid and all this stuff. And I'm like, what? They're pulling up in these beautiful cars, looking fancy, and all of a sudden they're in there for Medicaid. And, it's not just them, because I can say it about many races. Okay, let me point this out. I can say this about many races. Like, you're coming in here wanting food stamps. I'm in my sweatpants and a T-shirt, and you're in some name brand design or something. What?
Right.
I'm getting told no. You're getting told yes. I've literally been on a phone call with a very close friend of mine, coworker too, who was black. We were close, and she had. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And she had just about 2 weeks before gotten a voucher for a car. I was needing a car. She lives in the same area, same income, same household size. They told me, "Oh, we're not doing that anymore. We quit that a few months ago." And my coworker chimes in, "Well, then how did I get mine last 2 weeks ago?" And the woman was just fumbling over her words. And it's like, I swear to God, it is a real thing. I've had witnesses because we did this at work on my cell phone. We called and on our lunch break, and she's like, she was ready to cuss that woman out, and I'm like, just it's not worth the fight. It's not worth it to get kicked off of your benefits. I needed Medicaid at the time, and I needed a car, and she's like, well, if you qualify for Medicaid, they'll give you a voucher for so much money to get a car. And then we call and they're like, no, we don't do that. And she's like, bullshit, I just got one. Like, it's so insane, the discriminatory levels that actually have been happening for a very long time and just weren't made public. And so, it bugs me. It bothers me. I don't know if anyone else ever sees that. Their wallets are so full they can't close their wallets. Yeah. Art says there's a crap ton of issues with immigration services, not the least of which is the idea that taking in people with no idea of the culture here somehow benefits the immigrants. Exactly what I said about assimilation. I mean, we're not trying to force you to give up your religion. We just want you to understand ours so there's no problems. Don't they take your benefits if you own a car? No. Believe it or not, they don't. They do take into consideration the value of the car, but they do not, no, they don't take away your car. And that's why a lot of people in Detroit will put cars in their parents' names, even though they're driving it, because the parents have better credit. I have seen this more times than I can count. You would not believe the way people have scammed that system. I'm telling you, it is wild the way they do it. I mean, hell, there's people all over the place that are putting utilities and stuff in their kids' name because their credit is so shit. They can't even pay the down payment because of their credit. That, they have a security deposit. That's what it is, security deposit. So they'll put all these bills in their kids' names, and by the time their kids are 18, they've got ruined credit. So, I've seen this shit going on for decades. It's not new. It's just finally bad enough that people are talking about it. Sorry. There I go on a tangent again. But, Dee, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead and hit play.
Oh, no, there is no play to hit. She's done, and we've got like 12 minutes. So, what do you think we should do?
I have from us, it's about maybe, I don't know, 45 miles, maybe closer. I'd have to Google it. Anyway, there's the entire Haitian community that took over an entire city that had been at one time a thriving steel town, right?
Uh-huh.
And if you would see the cars that they are driving, I've never driven a car like that in my life. And I've worked all my life up until I got sick. Mm-hmm. I never could afford what they were driving. And to boot, the funny thing is the number of vehicle accidents they had.
Yeah.
And those vehicle accidents translate to us.
Yep.
Right?
My insurance now goes up because you had an accident.
Correct. So the insurance company raises rates then because of it. So how they are getting driver's license, but when they're getting the driver's license, you know what they get also? Do you want to vote?
Yep.
And when I went to renew mine, I wasn't given a choice of, do you want to sign up Democrat or Republican? That's what choice I was given.
Democrat automatically.
You got that right. And I had to say, no, thank you. I'm already registered, and it's not Democrat.
I'll tell you, I automatically go independent. I don't pick a side. I pick and choose each election what I want.
Well, I can still do that. You just can't vote in the primary. That's all.
Yep.
You only get the general. So I have by choosing one, I can at least have the ability to go in and hopefully make some kind of effort on one of the parties. And then you know what I mean? Then come the primary, then you can either stay with that person, those people that you tried to put forward, or then I could take a look at the independents and vote for the independents as well. So I think that's the positive of choosing a party. That's at least my.
I don't like any of the parties that are currently available, and I don't like any of the candidates. Like I said, if there was something better than Trump, I would have taken it.
Well, the problem is we've yet to see a good independent for another third run, right?
Yeah, they shoot down Ron Paul, they shoot down Ross Perot, and a few others that were preaching what Trump was preaching way back in the 80s and 90s and going forward, the 2000s. I mean, they've been around. Everybody just shuts them down and doesn't bother. They're just crazy. I grew up, my dad didn't like Ross Perot. And so, we weren't really watching any news on him or catching what he had to say thoroughly. And now that I'm older and I started looking into him, I would have voted for him. I should have voted for him. But at the time, I was busy doing a bunch of things, and I don't think I even voted that year. But now I wish I had taken the time to do so. We need to start voting for these third parties.
What was her name from Alaska that ran?
That chick. She was Republican, wasn't she?
I think so.
Yeah. She was the governor or something of Alaska.
Yeah, she was from Alaska.
I can't remember her name now, but I bet someone in the chat would know it. I remember her doing an interview from a helicopter after they went hunting. And
And the IRS went after her, and that's how the Tea Party got shut down.
Yep.
They weaponized the. I'm trying to think who was president then. Jeez, my memory. Nobody in the chat remembers?
Sarah Palin.
I was going to say Sarah, but I didn't want to say it.
It just hit me. Sarah Palin.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name.
I had Sarah. I didn't have Palin.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. But yeah, she, back in the day, seemed like she was a little bit on the ball.
Yep.
And they went after her, boy.
I know, they always do. They always do that. And it's, again, they have unlimited supply of money. So,
yes, they do.
You know what you can do? Yeah, they took them off the ballot, but you can still write a name in. Everyone forgets about that. If enough people write in the name, they get offered the position. They can choose to take it or not.
Right.
If she's still in.
How many people are going to actually write a name? Really?
Hellbent's asking if she's still in. Caribou Barbie, LOL. I don't know if she's still in politics. I think she ended up dropping out of politics after the IRS went after them and basically ruined them.
Yeah. I've seen her on some podcasts, but I don't think she's doing anything politically.
Yeah.
I think after the IRS scandal and all that she kind of backed off.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't like politicians with a dirty background, But you ain't going to find one that's perfect.
Right.
So find close enough. That's all I ever ask of people. Is just vote close enough. I'm sick of having to pick between worse and Dumb and Dumber. I have to pick between Dumb and Dumber. That's how I feel when it comes to elections. And yeah, Trump was saying all the right things, and he has done a lot. But then there was that stupid shit he did yesterday. Oh, if you don't support Israeli companies, you don't get disaster benefits. And then 3 hours later, he walks that shit back and changes his mind on it because of the backlash. To use that as political leverage, what the hell were you thinking?
I think somebody is in his ear about that.
Well, we talked about that a little bit, and I said it's his son-in-law. And I know there's some threats being made or something. And I don't like it. I don't like it. You know, every city and state has the right to choose who they want in their state for running businesses. What the hell is he doing? Going Abraham Lincoln?
You know, because he does want to be the dictator, so.
Art says she's around, but I think she's more advocacy than actual politics. Yeah. I'm so sick of our politicians being idiots. I get it. No. Trump's good at business and America's a business. Fine, whatever. However, he can't threaten shit like that and get away with it either. Like, someone smack him upside the head with a book and tell him to knock it off.
They did, and he switched up, didn't he? Changed his mind.
But he could have thought about it before he opened his damn mouth, is my point.
Well, saying that, you know, there are times when you're being advised on a situation where you think you're going to do something. I mean, shit, just consider your day-to-day life with the interactions that you have with one another.
I know.
And you think that something's a good idea at the time, and you open your mouth. And see, my thing is once it leaves your lips, it's out there forever. Yep. And it could have been a mistake. It could have been said by accident. It could have been said in anger, frustration, whatever. Yep. And hold on 1 second.
It's all good. It's getting hot in here. I think somebody messed with the AC again.
All right, Crazy Bee, I got a bounce, hun. All right.
All right, what we'll do is we'll just give it an early day. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Yes. Right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
If you want to hang, keep the audience there. That's fine, but I have something going on right this second. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I'm going to go ahead and just end the stream because it's only 3 minutes early. So y'all have a good day. And we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Stay safe, stay sober, all that fun stuff. You know it. Stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. There we go. My brain's not working great, but I appreciate all of you. Dee appreciates all of you for coming in, chatting with us, and enjoying. We really do appreciate the interactions from you guys. That really does mean a lot. So with that, we'll call